Willowvale sports grounds in the Eastern Cape are alive with activity as various events take center stage to commemorate the 1987 Battle of Lurwayizo, which unfolded in this very town. Survivors of the battle have documented the conflicts that erupted between soldiers and police over jurisdiction and power. As part of the commemoration, a heritage monument will be unveiled at the conclusion of the tournament. Newzroom Afrika's Ntsiki Nohiya is live at the sporting event. Is joining us this morning. Ntsiki, a very good morning to you. Tell us about the build-up to this event, and also how does the sport connect to the memory of the Battle of Lurwayizo?
Well, good morning, Aldrin. The sports, different sporting codes started yesterday already. And you know, Aldrin, that Willowvale is known for gun violence. I mean, even here in Lurwayizo, which is about 52 kilometers away from Willowvale, the city of Willowvale is no different. But the Battle of Lurwayizo is a different one. This was during apartheid, of course, 1987, where we saw police and soldiers attacking this particular village simply because they found out one of the villagers who was arrested in KwaZulu-Natal had fake passport. So they followed him up to this village, and that's where the war ensued. And, you know, the heroes and heroine of this village retaliated, and Kenny Jafta is one of those who survived that war, and some of them died in other countries. Like we're talking of one of them who died in Lesotho. In hospital, he was gunned down in hospital, and the other one managed to come back home after having stayed for a long time in one of the African countries, and he died of heart attack. But Kenny Jafta, as somebody who survived that war, is the organizer of this event. Kenny, thank you so much for your time. What is the relationship between the Battle of Lurwayizo and sports?
Thank you very much, Ntsiki. The relationship is what we saw when Kaya is the one we call him Mbulelongono, ran from this village to a village called Ngagayi, which is 29 kilometers. That distance he ran it in 4 hours. Having done that, the following day, he walked 97 kilometers to Umtata. Kaya was the one who fought here for 36 hours. He did that after that. It is important that children must be involved in sport because it is a uniting factor. We can easily build unity, trust, and all these ills that we have. When all of us are engaged with the sport at school level, at the village level, in all spheres of life, sport is the key to unity. Thank you.
Talking about the sport being the key in uniting, uniting people, we have the problem of gun violence here in Willowvale. And what is the message to those who believe that gun violence can solve the problem? And you were also talking about development. I do also understand that you do have a relationship with an American-based university, William and Mary University. Tell us about those and the importance of unity.
Most of us who are involved in this project, we call it BOLD, Battle of Lurwayizo. It has got from conflict, peace, and development. Ours, some of our people are coming from the death row, some who are coming from killing people, who have been involved in war directly on ourselves. Particularly myself, I've been involved. But the lesson that we want to teach people, here we are after 38 years. We still have not seen Mbulelongono's grave. We still have a number of people that are in African countries, in Europe, who haven't managed to come back home because of violence. Violence is not good in any aspect of life. We want to make peace to be central in the minds of the country, in the minds of the world. You see, there's no budget for peace. People take peace for granted. Yet it is cornerstone for development. Have peace, you will have it all. And the Americans, what they are going to do in this village, we have a memorandum of understanding with them for 10 years. We have been working with them for the past 3 years. Now they have renewed that into the next 10 years with the sole objective of making the exchange for the students. Because that university, William and Mary, believes, and it has convinced us, and also we are convinced that the start of good education is at a grade R level. So they are going to have exchange students. Our students are going to go to America, and theirs, they are going to come here. What is their message? Their message that guarantees that our children will live in a peace. There will be no violence around them. They need a peaceful area. Therefore, what calls in all of us around Willowvale, around the country, that there are people who can help us. Let us create an environment that is conducive for people to work with us.
Talking about that exchange, I'm sure they would probably be worried about crime rates that are extremely high in many parts of our province. What guarantees do they have that they will be safe? And also maybe talk to us about the different sporting codes that will make sure that that the crime doesn't happen. Young people are focused on sport.
Almost 100%. According to the plan that we have here, almost 100% of all the children that are under 35 years are going to be engaged in sport, are going to be engaged at work, are going to be engaged at schools. The approaches that are being used are quite unique, are not South African approaches. Approaches that makes everybody to be concerned about the development of this place. The question of security around here is going to be an exemplary in the whole South Africa. How people should live, how people should develop, how people should handle themselves. You know, singabantu bobuntu, but we don't see that. It must be practical here. So the plans and the commitment of the people of this area is like that.
Thank you so much, Kenny Jafta. Aldrin, the organizer of this event, and the sports started yesterday already, and it will go on until the finals on the 30th of this month. And behind me, Aldrin, is the monument that is expected to be unveiled by the Premier of the province, as well as the MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture on the 30th. And awards, they are expected to hand out the awards to the best teams that would have won this tournament. We will be going to the sports grounds where today it's soccer. They started yesterday, as I said, and the athletes have already done their part. And Kenny was telling me that the significance of running is from one of the guerrillas or one of the freedom fighters who had to walk about 92 kilometers, taking a shortcut, of course, to Mthatha. And furthermore, he walked again to the Free State, Mbulelo, where he eventually died at the hands of the apartheid police. Back to you, Aldrin.
Well, quite symbolic indeed. Ntsiki Nohiya there joining us from Willowvale.